Good. Okay.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. It's Sunday, September 27th at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are on U.S. time, but we appreciate you wherever you are in the world. My name is Jamila Corbett. I'm an entrepreneur and brand strategist, and I help you authentically communicate your message and your value to the rest of the world and monetize your personal brand. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing your time with us today, living your purpose and sharing your message. That is the theme of today, and we're going to introduce ourselves in 2 seconds. So take it away.
Yes. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining once again. This is SJ from Inner Soul Development, what I am as a personal life coach and transformational speaker. I help you get from good to great. I make sure that you get your potential to its highest and be as successful as you know you can. And to my right.
Hello. I am Danielle K. Anderson, also known as Danielle the VP. I'm an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, Toastmaster, speaker, counselor, etc., etc. Welcome to Living Your Purpose. I'm so glad you're here to join us today, and I hope that what we have to say is helpful to you and
if it is,
that you know.
Sorry about that. And if it is helpful to you, just to chime in, if it is helpful to you, you see those little hand raises at the bottom, go ahead and click them if you're loving anything that we're saying at any point in time of our message. So we're just going to take it away. Are you done, Danielle? Are you done, Danielle? All right. So we're going to take it away. So sharing your message. And I'm going to just give a little background on my experience and how I was able to share my message. And then everyone else is just going to chime in from there. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, and I quit my 9-to-5 in 2012 and never looked back. I was able to scale my company, hire people, and build other enterprises along the way as well. And one of the ways that I was able to share my message is through blogging. I own a digital marketing agency, and we teach our clients how to go about sharing their authentic message and being authentic in their writing. And my point of realization came when I started writing. Writing has always been my outlet. I'm a brand strategist by trade, but my background is in writing. My degree is in English. And I just realized that writing, when I wrote out whatever my goals were, whatever my dreams were, and just sharing my journey, that's how I was able to communicate my own value to the rest of the world. And that's how I was able to share my authentic message. And along the way, I was able to discover my purpose. And I think Danielle and SJ are gonna talk to you guys about how we can go about discovering our purpose, because it's not easy. It's all a self-awareness. It's all a process. And once you figure out who you are and what you have to offer to the world, then you'll be able to communicate that specific thing to the rest of the world.
Absolutely. Once you realize that you are a unique individual, you have a message, you have something to impact the world. You can too, do exactly what Jamila Corbett did and did what she felt that she needed to do to be able to satisfy and fulfill her purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has a purpose inside them. And once they recognize that they are a unique individual here, designated, born to do something, then they will be able to, maybe start their own business or do whatever they love to do. So Jamila loves to do the things that she loves. She loves to do. She doesn't like it. She loves it. So finding your purpose is important, and the joy that you have doing it is freedom. So if you do want to talk about or maybe give a comment, there's a love seat right here that you could be able to discuss, and we enjoy people's feedback conversation. So join the love seat whenever you feel like it. You could definitely do.
Right, thank you. And so I just wanted to give a little bit of insight outside. Can you guys hear what's happening here?
We can hear you.
Okay. So I think the most important thing about sharing your message is finding your message. A lot of people don't know what their message is, what their purpose is. And what I like to do is to ask the questions. What do you love to do? What brings you the most joy? What is it that when you were a kid, you said you wanted to do the most? Because good evening, Denaya. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us. And Kathy, also welcome. Ask yourself, when you were a kid, what were the things that you wanted to do? What was the thing that nobody could tell you you couldn't do, that now as an adult, we, for some reason, feel like we can't do those things? And if whatever roadblocks are in your way weren't there, what would you do and how would you go about it? So that's how I feel is the best way to go about finding your message, finding your purpose, and being able to share that comes next.
And once you're able to find your purpose and find your message, then this is where my background comes in. Then you have to monetize that message. And, I always tell people, the way I develop my business is it's the intersection between what I'm good at and what I'm passionate about. And the intersection between those two things is where my business lies. So if you want to start a business, you have to be, one, passionate. You don't have to be passionate, but it's great to have that passion. So you're able to just carry the vision out, but be passionate and be skilled. And the business comes between, it's the marriage between those two. And once you find your sweet spot, once you find your purpose, then you can develop a business and monetize your thoughts and your skills so that you can make money.
Exactly. And the GPS, or the internal thing that you have to weigh, balance whether or not this is something that is your purpose, is joy. That feeling of joy. Okay, so if it's something that you enjoy, or that brings you the most joy, then that's something that may strike a chord, and maybe something that you may want to jot down when you try to find your purpose. Is this going to bring me most joy? If this brings me most joy, then this is something that I like to do. Anything that you love to do, you can monetize. It doesn't matter what it is: netting, crocheting, whatever it is you love to do, you can be able to find the most joy, and you can also monetize it as well. So, what you need to do, like I said, like Danielle said, is just write down key questions, as far as when you were young and stuff like that, so that you can be able to see what's the similar, what's the what you take out of context out of everything. One special feature, because you have it. A lot of people say that, well, certain people have gifts, some people, it's just to those individuals. No, the universe made you 100% special, so you have it as well. It's just that you haven't tapped into it. And it's true. Life does bring you a lot of things where you just sometimes leave your purpose on the shelf. It happens. But, you need to definitely sit down and really understand that you have a purpose, and your purpose is to impact the world, regardless of whatever it is.
Exactly. We are, as human beings, there are more than one of us, because we're meant to work together. Everybody is here to learn and to teach and to grow with each other, for each other. And so I made a statement before that, you may know what your joy is, what your passion is, but you don't know how to find that thing in order to do it. Like, you can't find a job that really specifically is catered to doing that thing so that you can make money doing what you love. And what I have said is that if you can't find a place that can house your joy, then create it. And it's really like, if you like to write, then start blogging, or or whatever it is. You can self-publish if you want to write a book. If it's dealing with people and you can't quite find what it is that you want to do in order to deal with people and help people, then start your own company or nonprofit to do what it is that is specific to you to do that thing. So that's my take on that. Are there, welcome everybody who's just joined us. I appreciate you. This is Living Your Purpose. I'm Danielle, the VP. We also have SJ of Inner Soul Development, and Ms. Jamila Corbett. And if there are any questions or comments that you have so far, we do have an open seat. We call it the love seat. Feel free to join. Other people call it a hot seat. I'm like, why does it have to be a hot seat? That's nervousness. But we love you guys. So jump in the love seat, ask questions, share maybe what it is that you do to share your message, or if you need help trying to share your message, come on in. We'd love to talk to you.
Yes, we love to hear your
As a,
perspective on how you're sharing your message, or how other people can share their message with the world. And this is something. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to this, because we each bring something different to the table, and we each share our messages differently. So I said, all right, SJ coaches other people. Danielle is an interfaith minister, and she's able to minister to other people's feelings and issues, and she's also a Toastmaster and everything else. She has the most titles on Periscope and Blab. But that's beside the point. We're each living our purpose, and we're each sharing our message with the world. And there's no right or wrong way to share your message. So if you would like to jump in that hot seat, go ahead.
Love
Boom,
seat.
join.
Love seat.
I'm sorry, excuse me. My brain said love, but my mouth said hot. If you would like to jump in our love seat, please go ahead, jump in. We would love to talk to you and love to hear your perspective on this issue.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, everybody has a message, regardless of what life throws your way, whatever, you can always find joy in doing something that, you love to do. Maybe it's being a great mom. Maybe it's, it's just, it's whatever you find the most joy. And like I said, once you find your purpose, remember, other people are impacted by it too, because they're around you. They see that you're doing something different, that you're doing something that you love to do. So, you may be able to impact them to start turning their car on and start moving toward their purpose as well. Because like I said, I tell everybody, the window of opportunity is wide, but it gets smaller as years go by, but you still have the opportunity. I don't care what age you start. You can always, find what it is that you love to do. So, and like I said, the people around you are going to be affected. The most important thing is to always give. We love to give. And so, if you can find a way in order to give, whether it's your time, your experience, whatever it is, you don't understand how important that may be to the person in front of you. Okay? Because they may need that push by seeing you to be able to say, you know what, I want to do something. I don't really like this job. This is not something that I love to do. I'm going to start doing it because I see Danielle doing it. It's all about, loving and one hand washes the other, both hand washes the face kind of mentality.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, go ahead, Danielle.
Oh, I was just going to say, I have a habit. If you guys don't feel like jumping in the love seat, I will call you out. I will call you out. So don't be scared. Don't be shy. We don't bite. So yeah, that's all. And thank you for sharing also and telling a little bird. We appreciate it.
Yes, and if you're loving what we're saying at any point, you see those hands down below, go ahead, give us some hand raises. Okay. So what I was going to say is, and I shared this on one of my Periscopes, maybe 5 or so scopes ago. If you're on Periscope, you want to join me, join my family at Jamila Corbett, JAMILAHCORBITT. And so on my Periscope, I shared that, when we share our light with the world, we give other people permission to be themselves. When we're our authentic selves, like when I come in and I'm just being myself, it makes other people comfortable to be themselves in my presence. So when we're sharing our message, when we're living in our own truths, we're subconsciously giving other people permission to live in their truths within our presence. So it's important to share your message, to live in your truth, and to share that out with the world, despite what you may think, despite the critics or whatever. There are always going to be critics. There's going to be someone that's not for you, that's not aligned with you, and that's okay, because when you share your message, you will attract those people into your life that need to be there and that want to hear your message, and that will help you be the best version of yourself. So do not ever be scared to be yourself.
Absolutely. And like I said, like I say to some of my clients, is that when are you going to start? Straight up, when are you going to start? When are you going to realize that your potential is enormous, that you have tremendous power within inside you to be able to create? Every day you're creating. Doesn't matter what it is. Every day we create. So when you can create your own business, you can create your own income, you have the power to do that. So once you realize the potential that you have within yourself, then you can start to be able to find that journey, find that journey, but you got to get fed up. You got to get fed up of where you are. You have to know where you are in the stream of time and say, you know what, I don't want to continue this next year. I just don't. And then when you get that feeling of, I want to do something better, because let me tell you something, people read books, motivational books, inspirational books, because they want to change. They want to be better. Everybody wants to be better, no matter what it is. Everybody wants to be better. So what we do is, with this platform is that we basically show you how you could be able to do that. But you got to see it in yourself. You got to special create and create to do whatever it is that you want to do.
Right. Welcome, Robert, to Living Your Purpose. This is the one and the only Robert C. Stern. There are many imitations.
And another one showed up
but
today.
But none is the one. Are you serious?
Yeah, we're up to number 7.
It's 8 now because it was 7 yesterday.
That's right. So we're up to number 8.
Right. So, Robert, tonight we're talking about sharing your message with the world. And I figure there's no better guy on the interwebs to talk about this. Yes, interwebs? That's what my daughter calls it. On the interwebs, to share that message, of sharing your message. So why don't you tell us and those people who've been living under a rock who you are and what you do?
Oh, Danielle, I love you.
I love you too.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Robert C. Stern. I have a company called The Social Leader, and I train, coach, and strategize social media for business. So I get your voices out there and strategize with you how to get your voice out there for your clients and future clients and brand loyalty and all that fun stuff. I work for, I have sole entrepreneurs I work with, and all the way up to Fortune 100 companies. And, it's funny. I was just in another blab that ended that was about how to get your clients to say yes. Okay. And it kind of goes hand in hand with living your purpose and sharing your message, because one of the things I was saying in there is that the 3 key elements work on the business side, and it's really on a personal side too, if you think about it. But you need to, first of all, what's the end goal? What is your goal in your life, in your business? Why you're coming? For me, it's why are they going on social media? What is the end goal? What do you want to get out of it? I don't want to hear sales, because that's down the line. You got to do other things first to get your sales. You got to build the rapport. You got to get engagement. You got to do a bunch of stuff. But what are the goals of being online? And then strategizing it. But, the first thing I think you need to do, and Danielle, I know you're big on this, is you have to sit down and figure out what is your message.
Right.
And on a business side of it, you need to figure out, if you're talking to a client and going to go do a proposal for them, whether it's makeup, whether it's, Jamila, sorry. And I'm not sure your name. I know it's Inner Soul Development. So SJ. When you go to a client, 90% of your conversation is you asking questions and listening to them. And, I'm actually planning a blab, and I'm sure Danielle's going to jump on it when I do it. You guys might want to also. What is the difference between hearing somebody and listening to somebody? Because there is a difference.
Yeah, I did a
distinct difference.
I did a Periscope on that. The person that asks the most questions, controls the conversation, and you want to listen to whatever and internalize whatever whatever the person across from you, whatever they're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, you need to be able to ask the right questions to get the right answers, to be able to give the right information.
Absolutely.
And that's
and provide the best service.
Of people in business forget. They just go, oh, I got this widget, and this is what it'll do for you, and this is what it's going to be, and it'll do this and do this and do this. And they don't understand that 50% of the time when they get a no, you know why they get a no? Because they don't care about what you told them that they did. They want to know if it can do something else, and you didn't find out if that was the reason they wanted it.
Right.
And it's the same thing if you think about it in life. I mean, when you're sitting around and talking to people, living your purpose, whatever your purpose is. I mean, Danielle and I have known each other now too long.
It's not even 3 months. What are you talking about?
A long time in Periscope years.
True.
But I mean, we've gotten to know each other, and it's kind of like we got to know each other because we talk to each other. We actually listen to each other. I want to use the word hear because, I hear music. Do you guys remember the movie?
Pay attention.
Do you remember the movie White Men Can't Jump?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, remember the whole scene? I hear Jimi Hendrix.
Hear.
No. Do you listen to? Because there's a difference. You can hear the music, but are you actually listening it? Are you feeling it? Are you understanding it? And that's what a lot of people forget to do in business and in personal situations. You need to listen to the other side. And when you're sharing your message, that's what you want to see. You want to see that they're getting what you're saying. You're getting your ideas. And if they're not getting it, then ask questions to make sure what they don't know about it.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
So
look at how many people Robert brought in the room behind him.
Right.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for joining us.
now I feel bad though, because in like 4 minutes I got to go in another blab, and I'm going to go in there. You know what's going to happen, Danielle.
Yeah, they're all going to cut back out. But hopefully some of you guys will stick around and join the conversation with us. Don't worry. Robert will be on Blab for probably another 12 hours or so.
No, I'm sure you'll pull me off it somehow.
Yes, definitely. But there's a difference between listening and actually, instead of we have a habit of just gathering information and repeating it. We gather information, we remember the information, and we repeat the information. There's a difference between listening and also hearing. When you listen with your heart. It's a difference. So that's why you see people that read these books, motivational books, and they read all these things and nothing happens because they're reading and they're remembering so they can repeat it to somebody, but it's not going here. It's not going to the heart. So they're not taking whatever they're reading in. So there is a difference between listening
and I'll add to it, when you're giving out your message or your voice or whatever you're saying, there is a statistic out there that you need to say it, not in a row, but 7 times before people start to remember it.
In 7 different ways too. Sometimes
they need to hear it in multiple ways. It's not because you go to, you go to church and you hear the sermon, and how many times he says the same phrase but in different areas, because he's trying to get the message across. Rabbis do it the same way on the whole holidays when they do their sermons. When you go to a speaking conference, how many times you hear them refer back to something that was in the beginning of the speech, because they got to repeat it over and over and over. And so many people forget that you need to repeat things. And if it's even, you say it a couple of times to them, in person, and then you on the phone, you say it another time, and then you send it in a message on a tweet, and then you email them something. But that repetition of hearing it over and over, it starts to register. Nobody gets it on the first time.
Very rarely.
And even in sales, a no just means not right now. And then, of course, in sales, you have to touch them at least 7 times before they even, some people are even responsive. So I get that. Yeah.
Oh, somebody told me about follow-up. They were like, well, how many times would you follow up before you would stop, trying to contact them? I said, until they told me to stop.
Right. If they say not right now,
if they're not telling you to stop
not in the budget right now.
Then
okay,
keep calling them.
Exactly.
Right. So when
exactly.
So when it comes to living your purpose, when you write down the questions that what brings you joy and try to figure out and funnel everything down to one consensus. When you write down what your purpose is, then what you need to do, as Robert Stern says, you have to look at it and repeat it. You have to repeat it to yourself that this is what you love to do. Because remember, this is a progression. It's a progression. It's not something that you're going to get instant, because of the simple fact that life throws you all over the place where you don't know your purpose. But now you're sitting down, you're making a decision. I want to know what my purpose is because I want to be able to impact the world. When you find it, you write it down, you look at it constantly, because we as humans are a product of repetition. That's what we are. So once you read it and repeat it constantly, then you'll be able to go on your journey, so to speak, and start finding and start doing the things that you love to do.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm gonna let Morgan take my place only because it's coming on 6:30, and I gotta be in that other one because they're actually interviewing me.
It has to be repeated.
Oh yeah. Well, go on ahead
I'll be
then.
late for my own interview.
Thank you for
You're not
joining us
late,
today.
it's fashionably
No, I
tardy.
saw her in here and I wanted to pop in and say hi. So
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Much
so
appreciated.
much.
I'm sure I will talk soon.
I will see you guys all later, Danielle. Bye, love, and I will talk to you.
Bye
Take care.
bye.
Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome.
That was an honor to me, you guys. I don't know about you. Who's next in the love
Please
seat?
hop in the love
Welcome.
seat if you're loving our topic. If you're just now joining us, my name is Jamila Corbett. I'm an entrepreneur and brand strategist, and I help you authentically communicate your message and value to the rest of the world. I quit my 9-to-5 years ago, was able to scale my company, hire employees, and I share my message with the world, and I live my purpose every day. Danielle?
I am Danielle K. Anderson, also known as Danielle the VP. I am an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, Toastmaster, counselor, etc., etc. And I try in my work to help people look good, feel good, and know their direction in life.
Right.
SJ, you're there? There you go.
Yes, SJ from Inner Soul Development. What I am is a personal life coach and transformational speaker. What I do is I make sure that you find your purpose and you live your purpose and find out how you can do it and be the best that you can be and be as successful as I know you can be. So that is what I do. I specialize in that. So definitely follow me, innersoulddevelopment.com.
Yes, and we are here every Sunday on Blab at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have somebody in the love seat. Hey, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha. Welcome.
Hi, I
Hey,
decided I'd support
Samantha.
you for a while. I'm Irish, so I
I'm
thought
honored. I know it's late.
it's okay. I thought I'd add a bit of whiteness to this whole thing.
Well, Robert was just here, so I mean.
I saw him. No, I'm just going to say what I think my message is. I help people. I help a lot of small business owners because from being a small business owner myself, when I started my whole journey, I found it really hard to find support. Not necessarily financial support, but just support from other small business owners to show that I wasn't the only one thinking these mad things, and I wasn't the only one running around with my petrol gauge on E, going to collect a check and relying on this check for my cash flow and all these kind of stuff. So I created a hashtag on Twitter called Irish Biz Party, and it's just been a phenomenal success, even though I just started it just one night out of boredom. And now we have a huge community of small business owners, and I like to share my knowledge, and I like to help small business owners, bring them with me, I suppose. Because I remember feeling quite intimidated going into networking events, and I felt quite intimidated and feeling like I didn't belong in this world. You know, I didn't know the lingo. I didn't have the right clothes because I was a lone parent when I started out. I had no money, and then I ended up on Dragon's Den on the TV, and then my whole world exploded. So really what I try and do is I try and share my knowledge and help others that might be struggling, even if it's just listening or having a cup of tea or, just giving little bits of advice. So that's what I like to do. But also, obviously, I run Twitter accounts for businesses who don't have time, and I do consultations and stuff, but I love it. I love what I do. I'm quite addicted to Twitter. Maybe that's something to do with it as well. So,
But that's okay. You found what you love to do, and you found a way to make it work for you.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And that's living your purpose, and you're doing a fantastic job so far, I could see.
Right.
So that's living your purpose. Right. Cool.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes, you got it. See, somebody learned something today.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what, Samantha, let me ask you, when you feel that joy, is it not freedom for you?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Freedom.
Sorry.
Freedom meaning you feel free when you love to do what you
feel
do.
alive.
You feel free.
Bloody
Yes.
right, because look, I didn't think. Look, when I was younger, I was, when I was really young and pretty and stuff, I thought that's all I have is my looks. I didn't realize
Samantha.
I never went.
You're pretty
and-
now.
Thank you. I never went to college though, and I never went, I never had those opportunities. So I felt like that I wasn't good enough, let's say. And so now I find people have to convince me still that actually I have value and I have knowledge to share, and that, and it's just a self-esteem thing, obviously, as well. Or it could be an Irish thing, I don't know. Because I did get a lot of trolls and I did get a lot of hassle from other experts because I hadn't gone to college and I hadn't got my degree and stuff, and that it just all came naturally to me, you see. I just like people and I like helping others, and it comes back to you anyway. So I'm actually helping myself, really, So
that's what I say.
You know what's interesting is you are so unique. There will be no one ever like you. You have your own blueprint. You have your own fingerprint. So no one's going to be able to develop or can ever duplicate you. Here's another thing: is that you're beautiful. Of course, you're beautiful, and what you give to the world is even better because you're beautiful inside and out. So never stop doing what you love to do. Because you're impacting someone, whether it be one person or 100 people. Doesn't matter.
And I think we all have insecurities in business anyway. Like my degree, I have a degree in English, first of all. So, I built a business without a business degree or without any type of knowledge. And, mentors and, self-education filled that knowledge gap. But I had my own insecurities when I first started out. And I think we all start at that place of being insecure, especially if, you decide to be a business owner, but you don't have any formal education. But it doesn't matter because as long as you lay the foundation, you have that sheer will, you'll be successful. And you found success because you were able to communicate. You were true to yourself, for one, and then you communicated your value to the world, and then you built the tribe, like that hashtag on Twitter. You built the tribe and you found people that were aligned with your frequency. So that's what it's all about. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't have, you don't have to have formal education. And I did a Periscope on this, and you guys want to follow me on Periscope at Jamila Corbett. I did a Periscope on this very topic. Do you need a college education to be successful in life? No, you don't. I have one, but I didn't need one to be successful in life. Success is in the mind and in the heart. And as long as you feel like you're living your purpose and you're sharing your message with the world, you are successful despite whatever industry or wherever you are in life.
Absolutely.
Totally agree. I just want to say I have no formal education whatsoever in what it is that I do. I had to teach myself. I have 2 semesters of college. I'm still technically a freshman and I'm in my 30s. Okay. So nothing that you can't let your lack of education stop you or hold you back, because it's not that you don't have the education. It's just that you learn differently than other people. Secondly, Samantha, as far as your physical features are, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Let us behold you and tell you you're beautiful. If you don't want to hear it from yourself, okay, and just let that go, okay.
Well,
I have to do that myself. So, I mean, you know what? If everybody else says it, I might as well believe them, right?
Okay. Everybody what I meant was, when I was younger, I didn't think I was terrible at maths. I still am, actually. I have a VA that does all my invoicing because I just can't do it. She does all that stuff for me. But, really, I found that I didn't know what my purpose was. And we don't talk this kind of language, by the way, much in Ireland. I'm just being honest with you. I love what you said. You found people on your frequency. That's deadly. Yeah. That is so cool. But, really, and tribe, I'd never heard the word tribe until I came onto Blab, and I started using Periscope a little. So I'll have a look at you later and I'll follow you on Periscope. But I find that, I didn't realize I was building relationships. You see, when I had my first business, the kids were in bed, and from 9 to 11 p.m. is the busiest time on Twitter in Ireland anyway. And so I didn't realize what I was doing when I was actually lonely, and I was actually talking to people. And then I ended up doing the hashtag, and I ended up connecting. Like, I would see someone looking for stationery for a wedding, or I'd see someone looking for printing for business cards. And then what I would do is say, oh yeah, Chris does that, or John does that, and I didn't realize I was connecting people all the time. But now I find it's really something that people actually ask me on Twitter. Oh, Tweeting Goddess, do you know where I can get a locksmith? You know, and it's great.
Right.
Like,
But
you know, so I'm like an information service. Like,
you drew those people to you. You gave that energy out, and like Jamila said, they were on the same frequency, and so therefore you drew them to you. But you have to understand one thing. I wanted to say that the most successful individuals, millionaires, never went to college. Some of them dropped out of high school. Okay, but the most important thing that they had that you know made them different from everybody else is their desire and their consistency. Once you have desire, which is a yearning for what you love to do, you're going to be successful without any type of diploma or any type of paper stating education or whatever the case may be. So you don't necessarily have to have an education. You do what you have to do because you love it, and that love that you have for it is going to make you as successful, and you're going to bring so many people in your inner circle. You're going to just draw them to you, and there's so many ideas. You know, so don't say I don't think that education is necessary. It's good to be educated, but definitely you don't need that to be successful. I agree. People I know as well, and I find that I'm learning all the time anyway. Now you have to learn on social media. You're always like learning Blab, learning about Periscope, learning about all these new things that are out there. So you can actually. What's that noise? Something getting killed there.
I'm outside. There's dogs down the street.
My three dogs are here. My three dogs are just looking up at me like, what's going on? But look, I'll pop out and let someone else in. But I just wanted to say that my passion is helping businesses to work their Twitter magic properly.
That's right.
That's why you're the Tweeting Goddess. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you very much.
Thanks for having me. Bye. Nice.
Bye-bye. Likewise.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So everybody who's just joining us, this is Living Your Purpose, and we're talking about sharing your message and how to do that. Hi, Michael. Welcome.
Hey, Michael.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Thanks for joining us today.
Hey,
Yeah.
You people are absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
I have been watching you for about 20 minutes, and I love you. You are absolutely incredible. Now, are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you okay.
Okay, great. My passion is education. I love educating people. Can you pull up my profile?
Yeah, your profile.
Blab.
For over 2 decades, Mike Haynes has delivered moving and insightful talks to private enterprises and students from elementary to college levels.
Very good. Oh, man.
So what I do is I go in and I deliver talks about how to help the disabled person in private enterprise. No, I went to college in about 1981, and I didn't go into speaking. I took computer programming, something totally different, and I didn't do very well in that. In fact, I majored in beer drinking.
Majored in beer drinking. Didn't we all?
It was 3 years. But, hey, what the heck? It was an incredible year. But you know, I kind of stumbled into this speaking, and I love it. I mean, I'm a natural born ham. I absolutely love it.
Good. And that's the key. That's the key. You love it.
Is there anything I can tell you about myself?
Well, you know, Michael, I've been watching you on Blab for a while, and I'm just completely impressed by you. You're doing a lot of wonderful things and touching a lot of people and talking about things that are really important, that some people may not be able to see from your unique perspective. So I just want to tell you I appreciate what it is that you do for people.
Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, I'm rebuilding my website.
Go
You
ahead.
need a web developer?
Actually, I have a web developer.
Oh, okay.
She's doing it pro bono, which
Oh, good.
I love. Yeah, I'm she's starting working on it tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, when they get that all done, I'm going to make a major announcement on Bob. So
Really.
I want everybody to go to my webpage and buy my product. And
Okay.
so that's
So
what I'm up to.
fantastic. Well, we're so glad that you joined us today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
guys. And I hope that you'll be able to catch us next time. We're going to be here every Sunday around the same time, 6 o'clock
I,
Eastern.
Thank you,
I,
Mike.
I love what you're doing. You
Thank
guys
you so
Thank
much.
you.
You guys are incredible. Thank
Oh,
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
One more thing.
Sure.
Yes.
Thing. Your English lady who was on before me,
Yes.
she is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't she though?
You hear that? Tweeting goddess Samantha.
Yes.
And is absolutely gorgeous.
Good.
Yes, she is.
Have a,
Beautiful.
have a great day.
You
You
too.
You too. Have a great day on purpose.
That's right.
I will enjoy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
That was awesome.
I love that guy. I
Awesome.
love
Great.
watching him. He's
Oh,
amazing. Well,
Anybody
we
else want to
have
jump in the love seat?
the love seat. I see somebody. I'm gonna call him out. Mid-Atlantic foodie, where you at, Miss Lady? Come hop
yeah,
in
but
the love seat.
I love his passion. I love the fact that, people are sharing their message, and it's good because for as a coach, I'm inspired by it. Like I'm inspired. I'm so inspired by things of that nature when people finally find what they love to do and they share it with the world. It's all about creating an impact. We want to create an impact while we're here on earth.
Right.
Doing it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Not tearing each other down. Not trying to make the person not be as successful. We have a habit of doing that. So it's good to be able to help one another and grab each other's hands to be able to push that person to do their journey as well. And so this is what this platform is about: living your purpose. That way, if you don't know your purpose, you got to sit down and decide what it is that you want to do and what you love to do. And this is a great platform to do it.
Yes.
Well said.
Do we want to stay on the record? Do we want to go off the record? It's 6:49 right now.
It's 6:49. All right.
Yeah.
So let us end it here. Thank you all, everyone, so much for joining us on Living Your Purpose. Again, my name is Danielle K. Anderson, also known as Danielle the VP. You can follow me under that name here on Twitter and on Periscope. I am an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, Toastmaster, coach, speaker, all of the good things and happy things. And I hope to see you all again next week at 6 o'clock Eastern Time.
My name is Jamila Corbett. I'm an entrepreneur, brand strategist, and I help you authentically communicate your message and your value to the rest of the world and monetize your personal brand. I own a digital marketing agency called JWiz, JAIWIZ.biz. You can hit me on Periscope at Jamila Corbett, same as my Twitter handle, same as my Blab handle, JAMILAHCORBITT. Visit me on my personal website to stay in touch with me. Sign up for my special J list. You can hit me at JamilaCorbett.com, same as my name, just add the .com, and check out my column on the Huffington Post, HuffingtonPost.com/Jamila dash, got to put that dash in there, Corbett, to check out all the ways you can be great in life and in business.
Excellent. And my name is SJ from Inner Soul Development. I am a personal life coach as well as a transformational speaker. I help you find your purpose. I help you get from good to great. You can go on my website, innersouldevelopment.com. As far as Twitter and Facebook, it is Inner Soul Development. All my handles is that way. I will also be periscoping every day from 11:30 a.m. and then again at 7 p.m. So I will be periscoping, and I'll be adding more to the fire when it comes to finding your true purpose in life. So definitely follow me and tell your followers about me as well.
Fantastic. That's it, you all. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go off the record.